The best tool to use for picking up and knitting the neck edge is a 16-inch circular needle. I like to start at the left shoulder, and there's this small section that was worked straight up to the shoulder that was not decreased. I start there by inserting right in that top stitch. I'll get this little string out of the way. This is the same place that you inserted when you were picking up and knitting the sleeve down. Just insert there and knit off the first stitch. For this straight section, pick up and knit one stitch for every row that you find along here. In my case, I had 4. When you get to the section that was decreased every other row, stop and look at what you have. You have this stitch coming all the way to the top. There it's decreased. Then a loop. Here's the next stitch that comes to the top, and another loop. As you pick up stitches here, insert into the center of that stitch, then pick up your next stitch here on that double loop, into the center of that stitch, then through that double loop, all the way down until you get to the front section that was bound off. When you get to the front bound off section, the very first bind off of the front neck edge, insert into the top of that stitch. It's actually almost the center of that stitch. For each stitch across, this is exactly the same way as you work across the back of the bound off neck edge. Continue across the front. If you had this on a holder, of course, you would have live stitches and could just knit into those. When you get to the other decreased section, insert into the center of each of those top stitches. Then the straight section into the rows, and across the back you do it just as you did here, inserting into the center of each top stitch. Now, when you've picked those all up, you need to adjust on the next row to the proper number of stitches. If you're doing a 1-by-1 rib, like I did, a knit one, purl one, you have to have an even number of stitches. Don't worry about picking up the right number of stitches the first time around. Instead, you can just increase or decrease to the number of stitches that you need on that very second row. After you complete the rib and you bind off, it's very important that you do it quite loosely so that you can get it over your head. You can even use a larger size needle here if you don't think you can get it loose enough on your regular ribbing needle. And one other little trick is when you get to the very last 2 stitches, instead of working them separately, work them together on your very last bound off stitch. Pull this yarn through, and when it comes time to finish off that edge, you make another one of those little fake loops. Here's my first bound off stitch. If I come and insert right under that, and insert back into the center of this stitch, that was the last bound off one you have, you end up with a lovely little continuous edge that you can't even tell where you finished or ended. This is your rib that's been attached, very handsome line, and the only thing left to do is to work in the ends of the yarn.